I can't believe it.
What am I gonna do?
I can't believe it.
Stupendous. Close your eyes.
Let's go.
Terribly sorry. Putting some elixirs away. Be with you in a moment. Hello. How can I help you? Juna!
Long time no see. Sorry for all of us storming the place.
And you're the one who was at the exhibition.
Right. Now that you all know each other's names, Rella is my older sister. Adopted sister, that is. Her family took me in. Though don't spread it around. The public doesn't know, and we don't know who tried to exploit it.
It's been forever, Juna. I'm so sorry. I really was planning to meet you after the opening ceremony.
I understand. You were attending to Sanctifex Forden in Tilbrile Haven. But that's wonderful. Such deft social climbing even puts father's efforts to shame, eh?
Oh, social climbing. Glad to make your acquaintance. I am Rella Cygnus. I'm a healer. But somehow, I doubt that's why you're here.
Actually, there's something we'd like you to look at.
Where did you get this?
I know it's asking a lot, but could you share anything you know? Without asking too many questions?
I've seen something like this before. I'd never forget. Objectively speaking, the magic involved is a direct inversion of a healing spell. Popularly known as a curse.
I suppose that stands to reason.
Pardon the late introduction. I am Hulkenberg, a Knight of the Crown. As you may have guessed, that is the formula to the curse that slew His Royal Highness, the Prince.
Hold on.
The death of His Highness was a tragedy, one I would see repaid in full. As His Royal Guard, 'tis my duty to punish the treasonous snake responsible.
Then surely the man who penned this was Luis.
Look, what happened at the exhibition? We were trying to get closer to Luis. You're a holy woman, so I couldn't ask your forgiveness. But if you could at least understand.
The Lady Joanna's penitence was sincere. To hear her, I thought it must be so. It was Forden who chose such a terrible punishment. That was what scared me.
Oh, Rella.
But I'm a bit relieved. I heard rumors Luis had swept you off your feet and you'd been hanging on his arm since. I worried for you so, Juna. I see now I needn't have given it a second thought.
Of course. I am Juani's Cygnus, and my life is...
Yes, your life is your own, I know. Just make sure you're not causing trouble for everyone else. I suppose this is another dramatic and risky gesture? Like when you ran away from home in a frenzy of passion, declaring you'd take the stage or die trying.
No! Well, sort of. Maybe, yes, but... Oh! You didn't have to put it like that.
I've looked over the formula. From what I can tell, this spell's effects are enduring. As long as the magic's source continues to exist, the effect shall never fade. The trouble is, while most curses simply consume the magic released in the moment's casting, this one is designed to perpetually draw on the magic of the caster.
So as long as Luis lives, it doesn't matter where his victims run and hide. Sounds just like him.
But I'm afraid even if His Highness still lived, I don't think anyone could have broken the curse using this. This formula isn't complete. It's a mere outline, clearly jotted from memory. I couldn't tell you how to lift the curse from this alone.
What?
Then I'm sorry I couldn't be of any help.
No, you've done plenty. Especially since we're the ones who sprang this on you.
Pardon me, young man. May I say one last thing? You're a friend of hers, aren't you? Please, Keep Juna safe.
Of course. I'll do what I can.
Thank you. She can be reckless sometimes. I'll be here for the foreseeable future. Any friend of Juna is welcome here, so stop by any time you like.
The curse is impossible to break?
Did I miss a funeral? I've never seen you lot so gloomy.
What do we do now?
The only way left is to take down Luis himself.
The impossibility of that is precisely what led us here, Stroll. And now, we are no further than when we started.
Plenty of assassins have come for Luis, but the king's magic works every time. They all died frozen in agony.
Even if we could fight him properly, do we stand a chance? The man's an unparalleled master of both martial and magic arts.
This might be the end.
Still, we have to stop Luis, no matter what. The royal magic's not an absolute shield. It cost Gladel his life. We've just got to maintain the trust we've earned from Luis, and eventually we'll get our chance.
For now, he told us to wait until the race's next task is announced.
Then we'll have to do just that.
I'm pooped from all this brainstorming. I could use a break in the gauntlet runner. Well, I must say I'm impressed. You have enough beds to accommodate this many people.
Yes, as much as they grumble about cramped quarters.
Apologies. 'Tis hardly accommodation worthy of a diva. And I confess the ride itself is often jarring.
At the very least, I'll be happy with a bath. You have a room for that, I trust?
Right this way, milady.
Well, no point getting reckless now. Let's... By the way, what have you been doing all this time, Eurus?
Thinking, mostly. Been having a good old ponder ever since I saw Luis's sky runner in the air. Always been my dream to fly on wings, you see. Not with any of this magic levitatory. But then in you come with this teleportation. Made me start wondering if there was any bally point at all to my flight theory, what? A long while back, I did a flight experiment to prove my theory was sound. Failed spectacularly, though, and got myself all crunched up in the process. I was still in bed, midway through my convalescence when they told me I was to be demoted.
I didn't know.
Between us, old boy, my flight theory's complete. Principles are sound and tested. All that's left are the practicals, incorporating it into the gauntlet runner. But ever since that accident, I suppose I've been afraid to move forward with it. Afraid of failure. You and the rest of our merry band are risking your very lives for the prince. Here I sit moping, The way I see it, your teleportation can only take us places we've been. If we want to see new horizons, we'll need to take to the skies. It'll take time, no doubt, but I'll put my very soul into it. No shortcuts, and when I fly, I'll do it my way.
So?
Damn it! Yeah.
Sure.
Good night.
Oh, good. You're still awake. What's the matter?
Something on your mind?
No, not in particular. Once we're back tomorrow, I'll sneak the formula back into Luis's room. Even if he suspected us, he'd never work out that we got to the capital and showed it to Rella in a single night. He won't find out about our mission. You know, I'm a bit surprised. I thought I was fine doing all that infiltration at Luis's place. Turns out I wasn't. Finally having others who know the truth, and having gotten to see my sister. I didn't realize how exhausted I am, and you personally saved me from danger back there. I'm terribly grateful to you. You're lucky, really. I'll have you know I'm rarely this candid. That's the forbidden text you mentioned in Luis's room, is it? I've seen him reading it from time to time. What's it like? Can I read a bit of it? The prevailing culture of the world is one of freedom in all things. No faith, fealty, or philosophy enforces ideology. All are free to create, and all are free to embrace those creations. This culture's influence spreads throughout the world. It is even said that a song of peace was powerful enough to bring an end to war. Oh, how inspiring. It's hard to imagine that a single song could be so influential. I wonder what the world would be like if a song really could reach all people's hearts. No matter their status or tribe. We Nydia, we're all liars, you know. Everyone told us we were inherently worthless, just a fact of our birth. So I learned some glamours to make myself at least look valuable. This form, it's all just a fancy disguise, really. A gilded mask for the world to admire. Or not. No, do forgive me. That was all lies, lies, lies. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea to reveal yourself entirely, but you should always have the freedom to. If these new powers are to give form to my ideals, I want to create a world where we can appreciate each other's freedom. I'll make sure everyone hears that in my songs, no matter what happens.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now, prepare to hear the race's next challenge. Let's find out where our fierce competitors are bound. To recap, the 20 candidates with the current highest approval on the King's Rock will be the only ones to proceed. All others will be disqualified. I'd say the results of the exhibition are sure to have spread by now. Let's have a look at the standings, shall we? In first place, the undisputed winner, Bane of sea monsters and savior of the people, our very own Sanctifex Forden! And the traitor Luis in second, despite not actually being in the race. But in third, we have the warrior monk captain, Master Guido! Furthermore...
In the end, everyone but Luis is just representing the Sanctus Church.
What's your point? I dare say that's a relief.
we'll finally be done with all this chaos. A return to normalcy.
Ha! Normalcy. Funny how it's only the rich who miss how things used to be. But now Count Luis has the people behind him. He'll save the common man. Yes, we're all keeping our ears out for a response from Luis's faction. But we do have one standout who's seen a stunning jump in popularity since the exhibition. The lad responsible for exposing the sins of the Sanctoress Joanna. Valiant human slayer. Yes, it's the young Elder.
Right! Wasn't expecting that one. Nameless to famous in a single night. Just like that, he's in the top 20.
Oi, crier man, where's the windbag? The one what acted all high and mighty over a tiny human head.
Who? Oh, right, that Gladel or something. No sign of him, probably saw the writing on the wall and dropped out.
So it really was all talk then? A disgrace to the Russon, hiding his inadequacy behind Luis's authority.
But the boy candidate isn't the only one in the spotlight. We've a rising star by the name of Katharina. Some big ideas, that girl. I hear she plans to put a price on every wealthy head if she takes the throne.
And what's wrong with that? If they're sitting on most of the kingdom's money, they can afford to hire a little extra security every day. Let them sweat it out.
Now here's a surprise. We've got a Mastari candidate still in the running. And my sources say they hail from, well, Verga Island.
A pagan island, eh? But they're filthy barbarians. Besides, nobody could compare to Lord Milo.
The final roundup's actually looking pretty diverse. We're just about ready to announce the next leg of the race. And that's the bell! Thank you for waiting, ladies and gents. It's time to begin the second round of the tournament for the throne! First of all, congratulations to the 20 who have won their places on the King's Rock. You are now officially the winners of the first round. Let's give them a hand!
No sign of Luis. Even if he does plan to take over, suppose he's still not eager to play by their rules.
I haven't seen Juna this morning either.
I heard some nobles say she had a job suddenly come up. Better that the audience doesn't see her with us, anyway.
Now, at long last, we are ready to announce their next challenge. This time, the task for the candidates is recovering and offering a divine relic!
What? A relic?
Don't worry, we're happy to explain everything. You'll not want to forget this, so we've arranged for you to hear it from an unforgettable voice. To tell us more, please welcome to the stage our guide, our songstress, the lovely Lady Juna!
Her sudden obligation revealed, I suppose.
Chosen heroes! Your next destination is Altaberry Heights, the capital of the Principality of Montario. You are to gather there by the deadline, with a divine relic in hand to offer the Sanctus Church. Tragically, there are still heathens in this land who choose to reject sanctism. They care nothing for salvation. They cling to strange idols, calling them divine relics, believing them gifts from their eldritch gods. But their rituals are unstable, and their relics just primitive magic tools. It is time we put an end to this misguided witchery. Take these relics from the pagan's grasp and bring them to the birthplace of sanctism, Altaberry Heights, in Montario. Please deliver them to their rightful place in God's hands. May all our aspiring heroes be blessed with good fortune and the favor of God. I pray for your success.
Got a real presence before a crowd, doesn't she? Positively plucks at your heart.
Focus, Iceland, focus.
By the deadline of the second round, Alderbury will begin the festivities for the Autumnal Montario Saints' Day. This two-day event kicks off on Saints' Day Eve, with the main celebrations on the day proper. And this year's event will be historic. His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden, will be personally sealing the collection of the pagan relics. To celebrate, the songstress Juna will be dedicating a ceremonial song. You won't want to miss this, folks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on my mark, let the second round of the Tournament for the Throne begin!
They're unabashedly ordering them to steal relics from pagan land now. That's plunder! They would steal our very culture!
That candidate's a Mustari. Small wonder he's so aghast. Forden's stooping to a new low.
What do you mean?
By and large, the Mustari are a pagan people. Their relics are cultural touchstones, vital to their hearts and faiths. And Forden's just ordered us to loot them as we please.
But in our case, we won't even know what we're doing until Luis gives the order.
Either way, we're bound for Alderbury. It's further east. We've a long trip ahead of us.
Oh, my shoulder hurts. I don't care if it's the Crown Theocracy. You'd think they'd ask me a little sooner than the morning of.
Still managed to put on a hell of a show for him. Lady Juna, Count Luis has sent for you. And you lot too, I suppose.
Looks like our first job's come in. These men have me running all over. We're back, Lord Luis.
Funny, isn't it? Since the Gladell incident, you've been inseparable from this gang.
Well, one has to keep one's chauffeur in line, don't you think?
Hey, heard you got a gig at the Sanctus Festival? Good on ya!
Thanks. Though I don't know if it's worth celebrating. Seems to me it's to keep Lord Luis in check. Putting me on stage the whole time might keep you from crashing their Saints' Day party.
And if we try anything, they'll use it as an excuse to blacklist you. Just the kind of shite you'd expect from those Sanctist stooges.
You need fear nothing. It is Forden who now stews in his dread. That he seeks the divine relics is common knowledge. But who would simply give up an idol on par with the god's reverence? He has all but commanded that we take it by force. The king's magic ruined his schemes. You humiliated him in the public eye. And in one desperate final grasp for authority, the fool has placed his fate in my hands. Forden's game will soon end. Let us at least give him the finale he deserves.
What are you planning to do?
What? Do you need to hear it repeated? I will give Forden his death.
And what of the king's magic?
You'll see soon enough. For now, you need only follow my orders. Your task is to obtain a certain divine relic on my behalf. The artifact in question is a lance known as Dracodius.
Dracodios. The Draco implies something to do with dragons, I presume?
Suffice to say, the lore behind this particular relic intrigues me. You will acquire it in time for Saints' Day, and bring it to me.
Pretty high stakes, my lord. You sure you want this crop of novices on the job?
Rest assured, my other agents have their own relics I've assigned them to pursue. I've no urgent need for this lance, nor for them, should they fail.
I'll go along and keep an eye on them, shall I? You can bet that if they try and run off with the relic, I'll put a stop to it.
You certainly are attached to them, aren't you?
Well, it's their first formal assignment in your service, after all. I can be your eyes and ears.
So be it then. You may act accordingly.
So, my lord, where can we find this fancy lance?
Find your clues elsewhere. You have nothing further from me. Prove you think as well as you fight. May we both find success in the pursuit of our shared vision.
All right.
Boy there! Well met, eh?
You are.
Then...
Huh.
I'm just
Hey,
incredulous.
I beg your pardon, but...
I'm just
Hey, listen.
incredulous.
Wonderful.
So foolish.
Hey there!
Say there.
What's it all got to do with us anyway?
Just can't stand
That's
it.
terribly unfair.
That's enough now.
Lovely.
Wonderful.
Aha!
What am I gonna do? Eh? Grand, innit?
Dear me! Wait a second!
What do you think you're playing at?
Let's see.
Dear me!
Grand, innit? What am I gonna do? Eh?
Aha!
Wonderful.
I'm just incredulous.
Hey, mister! Hey, listen! Huh? Okay, so...
All right then. Let's head there right away.
Young man.
All right then.
All right then.
Wonder if I could have been one of those. What is it?
Did you hear?
What is it? Wonder if I could have been one of Lewis's minions.
Wonderful. But that...
Now what am I to do?
Stop!
Hang on. Yep.
You're not serious.
Well
Whoa.
then, eh?
Check the...
I can't believe this. He would have them all take what they please. This same atrocity all over again. Damn him, and damn his crown theocracy.
He's in quite a state. Though I can hardly blame him, with everyone ordered to ransack his homeland. For now, how to approach him?
They've really crossed a line.
Wait. You're not with the Sanctus Church. One of the few who aren't, it seems.
I don't know much about divine relics, but I know all too well what it's like to see your homeland threatened.
The divine relics are symbols of our faith. More than that, they are the soul of our culture, our history.
Followers of the old native beliefs worship idols that are known to conduct magic, which they call divine relics. But unlike the igniters of modern times, they are primitive in make and function, and often dangerous. So said my studies, at least.
Oh, far from it. Divine relics aren't primitive in the least. That's just Sanctus propaganda. Really, it's the opposite. Most of these relics are powerful beyond belief, and igniters are just our crude imitations of them. If you'd ever seen one yourself, you'd know the difference. They don't call them divine for nothing. With powers like that, they might as well have come from the gods.
You're that songstress. Didn't expect to hear all this from you, after what you said for the crowd.
Well, a job's a job. But as I'm sure you're aware, pagans aren't the only ones oppressed by the church.
You really are well informed. And it sounds like you know something of oppression. Did you perhaps come from the Mage Academy?
Details, darling. I've seen abuse of powers before, and I'd rather not see it again.
The other candidates seem bent on taking relics by any means necessary. But you all seem different.
To be fair, we are looking for one. The only relic we know by name right now is Draco Dios.
The Lance of the Dragon God. So that's why you came up to me. I suppose anyone would want our homeland's greatest treasure. The Lance is no secret we're trying to hide. Truly, I hope mainlanders come by the scores to see it. Our village is on an island in the World Tree's embrace, where the Dragon God sleeps. On a clear day, you can see it from this land.
An island across the ocean. You mean Virga Island, then? 'Tis a large island in the inland sea. Most of its inhabitants are Mustari, and it remains the only place in the land where sanctism has not taken root.
I'm not out to abolish sanctism myself. I just don't want everything we believe in to be destroyed.
So that's why you're in this race.
I thought I could change the world. And then I saw the truth. What a fool I was. I've not introduced myself yet, have I? My name is Edeni. Take my advice. Forget about Draco Dios. We can't hand it over, and you'll never reach it anyway.
What do you mean?
No ship would carry you there, among the first of many reasons. Even so, it's no place for an outsider. It's time I stopped chasing a fool's dream. I need to face reality. And if you're smart, you'll do the same.
Well, sounds like Draco Dios is on Virga Island somewhere. Is there really no ship passage there? This is the biggest port in the kingdom.
'Tis true. His words reminded me. Thanks to both sea currents and cultural tensions, the only merchant ships passing Verga Island embark from Montario.
But Montario's on the other side of the bloody sea. You can't seriously be suggesting we go there first and then loop back to Verga. We'd never make the deadline.
Then let's bally well conquer this inland sea ourselves! Ha ha ha! Don't worry, chums! I'm on the job!
You worried about Lady Juna? Actually asking this time, not just prodding.
Shut up.
Del. You still don't trust them, do you?
How can I? We've only known them for a matter of days. Look, the whole Gladel mess, you really think they're innocent?
Then let's go with them, yeah? Me and you. You do whatever makes sense to you, Del. You know I'll follow wherever you go.
You never could keep your mouth shut, eh?
What the?
Wait a second. You're not saying this thing can sail now?
Quite right. While you lot were hobnobbing at old Luis's soiree, I had it run all to myself. And believe you me, I got quite an eyeful. Came away full of ideas. After all, this old girl wasn't designed as a land runner alone. All about modular design, don't you know? Flexible jointage. So I did a bit of tinkering.
But why? We'd not even spoken of the island until moments ago.
Island Schmeiland, milady. Look at the map. What's our shortest route to Montario, eh? A straight shot through the inland sea.
Huh. The man has a point. That never dawned on me.
Besides, I've kept my ears open, what? Here there be monsters and all that rot. You'll need more than a ship for these waters. You'll need a proper sea runner.
Oh, right! Eurus, you weren't at the exhibition, so you wouldn't know. Forden already killed the big sea monster out there. It had a huge head.
Really? Don't tell me you're making the trip in that.
Why are you two here?
Bodyguard duty, Lady Juna. We're along for the ride, especially since you're bound for some remote wild island.
These poor newcomers are working so hard and you still can't trust them. Or is it me you don't trust?
We're here on Master Luis's orders. I'm sure I don't have to outline the pecking order there. Or do you have a problem with us being around?
Rather, we're running short on beds.
Oh, don't worry. Del doesn't take up as much space as me.
Oh, belt up. Besides, you really expect this rust bucket to survive a night at sea?
If you don't like it, leave. Nobody's forcing you to come.
Looks like we're crewmates then. Not unlike a sea voyage for a bit of fun, yeah?
This is a fine mess. Wasn't expecting them along. What do you think their angle is?
They probably still suspect us.
I agree. We definitely crossed a line with the whole Gladel incident.
Suppose that's that, eh? I'll do a last check on her amphibials, make sure she's shipshape. Give me a shout when you're ready.
All right, then.
Ready to depart?
Verga Island is this spot right here. Wonder how many days away it is. No!
Tis actually moving. A fine effort.
Was it ever in doubt? You're the master at the helm, my dear.
Verga Island, eh? Well, I can say it's wholly foreign to me.
Tis a land within an archipelago where many Mustari live. I've heard their faith involves a special maiden of some kind.
How have they managed to avoid the Church's influence? I doubt they've the manpower or arms to fend off the crown theocracy.
There's something there that could overturn history, as the Sanctists tell it. Something so damning they couldn't even afford their soldiers seeing it. So the rumors say, at least. Might just be a conspiracy theory.
As for this dragon god's lance, we shall need to negotiate.
If negotiations are even on the table.
Ugh, why all the fuss? Just kill them and take it.
Nothing else works, yeah? Keep it simple.
It's always kill, kill, kill with you two.
Hey, Lord Luis's orders. Don't need to tell you, do I?
Yet you'd impugn Count Luis's reputation with wanton massacre. Simple, was it?
Ugh, give it a rest. Are we there yet?
Hard to talk strategy with those two hanging around.
Ladies and gentlemen, feast your ears on this! The elder boy candidate seems to have crossed the channel to the island! On a gauntlet runner too!
Is he alright? They say the waters are clear amongst us now, but...
If he made it, that means my husband can go out fishing again, doesn't it?
I have to say, I expected at least one daredevil to try ploughing straight through the inner sea, but I never thought it'd be that boy.
That's the same lad who exposed that lady from Martira, isn't it? He's not bad.
But Verga Island's infamous people. Treacherous! Even the Crown Theocracy struggled with them for years. So how will this shake out? The festivities have just begun.
The Gauntlet Runner takes to the water in its new form, setting out to the wide open sea. Their destination, Verga Island, an enigmatic foreign land that not even the long arm of Sanctism can reach. Not all present now would count themselves as allies. Will this prove difficult, or something else entirely?
Nura speaking.
What now? The battlefield is mine to conduct. All right then.
Oh.
Okay, so... Got a second?
Speaking of,
Oh, jeez. Understood.
The truth is, the fight is on! Here we go. Then...
As the sun dips below the horizon and the stars begin to reflect off the water's surface, the gauntlet runner reaches the shore. Lurking below the surface, in the black and fathomless deep, are the eager eyes of predatory hunters. But the party, safe inside their gauntlet runner, relaxes from the burdens of their voyage, gazing out over calm waters.
What now?
That is...
Got it. What now? All right then.
Oh my.
Yeah.
But
All right.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
oh goodness. Sure.
Yes.
All right then.
What's that? Let's see.
Sure. All right.
Well,
Come look at this!
The gauntlet runner halts at a sandy hollow that suddenly arises from the sea. the towering seawall. It is not an island or a reef, but a mass of sand expanding below sea level. There is no sign of a water flow. There are many places in Oceania where the laws of nature fail, but here it is especially evident. The surface drops as though it were gouged out. Still, best not to be distracted by the spectacular. Monsters roam the deep, and tales of people being dragged below are not uncommon.
Incredible!
Well.
That...
Huh?
Enough.
That is well. I see.
Let's go.
All right.
Here.
As the water sparkling in the setting sun begins to lose the light shimmer, the gauntlet runner reaches the calm surface of the reef. Yet the day draws to an end, and all are left to wonder how to spend the evening hours.
Terrible rain. It will be a storm soon enough. Can this vessel withstand it?
Let's do it better than me, at least. Suppose we do owe Forden, if only because he handled that sea monster. Closure, etc.
Did we hit a rock out there or something? Back in a mo, I'll go sneak a look outside.
Those fool brothers are still abed, even in this tempest? Bloody Parapus. Almost makes one envy them.
Right, I heard. You aren't too fond of the Parapus. They both had horrible upbringings, those two. But they really do have kind hearts behind the glares. They've risked their lives for mine countless times. One time, I asked what I could do to repay them, and they came over all red-faced. We'd like to hear you sing, Lady Juna. Your voice is awful pretty, Lady Juna.
Is this a joke to you? You think an outcast Chief is in no position to speak ill of the Parapus?
What? No, I didn't mean...
Bloody hell, how does anyone sleep on this old bucket? You feel that shaking earlier? Huh? Could cut the air in here with a knife. What were you two on about?
Everyone's life stories, I suppose.
Indeed. Talking about how I dislike the Parapus.
You and the rest of the world. Or do you think you're special?
We don't have to keep dancing around it, do we, Del? Why can't we be straight with them? Just come out with it, yeah? Tell him you still ain't sure that stuff with Glottel was on the level.
If even we're suspicious, there's no way Lord Luis hasn't worked it out already. Not that it matters to me, anyway. Still, I had to make sure, see for myself whether Lady Juna is on our side.
Come on, you two.
Something's out there! Look outside! It's a monster! A great briny beast! Everyone to the deck, quick!
What's happening?
Our prep.
What now? I'll show you the essence of truth.
With these fists, I strike for justice!